Hey, this is Justin with DayTradeTheMarkets.com on, it's during the trading day on November 7th, the day after the U.S. Presidential elections. And I just wanted to look at several markets today and look at multi-time frame analysis. So I'm going to look at a swing trading chart or a bigger picture chart, and then try to drill down into the 5-minute, the 3-minute, the 1-minute, and just look at how by using time frame analysis along with these unique tools like the real-time support resistance, real-time filter, real-time relative aggression bars, real-time high velocity moves, real-time deceleration bars, and so forth. And if you're familiar with our software at all, you're familiar with those terms, and there's other videos that you can refer to, or I can send you if you have questions. No problem at all. But what I wanted to do today, while the market's still going, is just look at a few different time frames. And so this is our new software, which we're just about ready to release. And while our old software was really good, this is taking it really to the next level. It has so many more customizations that you can use and really tweak it to be give you the exact information that you want, so that you can make, the whole goal of this software, frankly, is to help you make better sense of the market in real time, so that you can make better decisions while you're trading. And if you can make better decisions, obviously you've increased your edge, you're going to make more money. So this is not something that's systematic. This is for people that really like the idea of making better sense of what's going on, so that, again, you can make better decisions. It's a decision aid. It helps you get into more good trades, helps you stay out of more bad trades, and obviously that makes a big difference. So with that said, what I have here is a 60-minute chart, and I've got it loaded for the past year or so. And so let me just scroll back here to about a year ago here, which is, you can load more data. This is about what I've got here. And you can see and there's a few ways you could use this. Obviously, one is for swing trading. I haven't done personally much swing trading in the past. I've been mainly focused on the intraday time frame, but in developing this tool and in really looking at it, I'm really considering, I'm not more than considering, I'm going to be doing more swing trading, just because there's a lot of power here. So there's a couple ways that you can use this. One is, like I said, to do swing trades. The other is just which I'm mainly going to talk about today, is to use this for a little bit bigger picture analysis to help you then drill down into the shorter time frame to pinpoint day trades, but just have a little bit better edge, you could say. But if you were going to use this as a day trading tool, one way to do it that's pretty simple is just when the filter is red, you're looking to sell toward the red zones in there. And this may not look like a big move, but we're talking from 1240 roughly to 1230. That's a 10-point move, even though it looks kind of small in context. And then when it switches over to green, number one, you can see that at the start of 2012 it switched over to green, and the whole first quarter basically was a rally, and obviously we rallied from roughly almost 150 points or so. So you can use this for swing trading in terms of looking to when it's green, get long toward the green areas, and so forth. You've got some pretty powerful moves just doing that. There's other techniques that we talk about that you can apply to this, when you're looking at, for example, high velocity moves that have, like you see here, that have follow through right away. Try to get long near the high of that. So there's a lot of different options you can use. My point being that you can use this to pinpoint some swing trades that you might hold for weeks or even months in this case, or use it for drilling down to find to give you better information for day trading. So if we scroll forward here, we're basically through the end of March, we stay green. Then it turns over there around April. Same idea here, where it turns red and you're looking to get short near red zones if you want, or there's other opportunities as well. So some swing trading opportunities, or again, just use it to better understand the bigger picture. So let me just go ahead and go to real time now. Again, looking at this green filter right around the end of July through mid to late October. Pretty nice from 1320. You're not going to lock in every last tick, but that's 150 point move in the S&Ps, with some, if you're going green on green, some nice opportunities in there for some swing trades and so forth. But what my point is here is that, and I want to drill down into some shorter time frames, is we had a bit of a rally here, the day before and during the election, and today, overnight and into the early part of today, you can see our support zone turned red, our filter turned red. So it's telling us from a longer term perspective there's some potential evidence that bears are taking over. Okay, so that's kind of a bit of a, so again, from a swing trading perspective, certainly getting short somewhere in here might make some sense. We'll see what happens over the next few weeks and months potentially, but that's the idea. But looking at this in terms of how you would use this on a day trading time frame, it's telling us, all things equal, bigger picture, things are starting to look more bearish than bullish. Okay, so now if we go to, let me throw a 5-minute chart of the ES on there. And so what we have here is heading into the day, obviously overnight we gap down, and obviously when we have a gap, sometimes gaps fill, sometimes gaps continue on. We want to see, and so how do you, as a trader, how do you make sense of that? What are you looking for? And what we like to really focus on the day time frame, and again this is a 5-minute time frame, is what's our first major piece of evidence. These are level 1 bars. We don't put too much stock into those, but our first major piece of evidence on the 5-minute chart was this level 3 or extreme selling aggression bar made by sellers, along with this box which is called a high velocity move. So that's our first piece of evidence, and we want to ask ourselves, do we get follow through or do we get rejection? And we got some follow through early on, and then we had a level 2 bar a few minutes later that was quickly rejected. So the first two major pieces of structure were basically won by the bears. So that's telling us bears are pretty firmly in control. Here's another, on the breakout of the new low for the day, another level 3 bar, another rejection of a level 2 buying bar, level 2 selling bar, rejection of a level 2 buying bar. So you can see the market's clearly being controlled by bears at that point. It wasn't until this moment where you can see we have this is our third level 3 bar, and you can, when we've already had a 20-25 point sell-off, you want to be a little bit careful, but we have this level 3 selling bar, and instead of follow through, it quickly gets rejected. And you can see within 2 or 3 bars, within 2 bars, we basically have a full bar above. Then we get a level 1 buying bar, which is not that big of a deal. Our filter weakens a bit in terms of being as bearish, so it's instead of extremely bearish, it's relatively bearish. And then we get this level 3 buying bar as we break out. So it's starting to tell us that at least short term, bears are a little bit more in control of the market. Our filter is turned over. Again, that's our 5-minute analysis. If you then want to drill down further, here's a 3-minute chart, for example, and you can see again we gap down. So what are we looking for? Here's our first piece of evidence. It's a level 2 or strong buying aggression bar. We ask ourselves, do we get continuation or rejection? You can see we try to test that high. We don't get a full bar above. Those bars actually decelerate, which is pretty good evidence. And then when the low of this bar is taken out, it's not just taken out, but it's taken out with a level 3 selling aggression bar. So again, it's telling us pretty clearly, and the filter was red early on, it's telling us pretty clearly that bears are in control of this market. We have another attempt higher on the 3-minute chart with a strong buying aggression bar. No full bar above. It's rejected pretty quickly. We have a full bar below. Another breakout lower on the level 3 selling aggression bar. Rejection of a level 2 buying bar, and so forth. This looks very similar to the 5-minute. It wasn't until this selling structure, this is our first selling structure, that we didn't have follow through, and in fact we had rejection. So it's telling us buyers are starting to step in. So if you were able to get short somewhere in here, which I hope you were, and I'll show you the 1-minute chart where you can drill down even more to really pinpoint some good trade location. It's telling you this is our first evidence when this level 3, this is the first major selling structure, this level 3 selling bar that gets rejected. It's telling us, okay, perhaps the bears are not as firmly in control. It might be a good place to exit your trade. Now here's a level 2 buying bar that does have follow through. You can see its high, its low is not even tested. We get a full bar above, 20 minutes later. That's a pretty good sign that, at least on a short-term basis, again, looking at our 60-minute chart, it would say we're still more bearish than bullish. But on a short-term basis, you're certainly going to want to get out of any shorts that you're in. and be careful about getting into any new shorts at this point. Okay, because it's telling us this is the first evidence that that bulls are coming back into this market. Here's a level 3 buying bar, and so forth. So we want to see how, if we test this green zone here on the 3-minute chart, can bulls hold that territory? And if not, we'll probably test the lows, and we'll see if we get some pretty good aggression on those lows. I'm hoping this is making some sense. Now, if we drill down even further to the 1-minute chart on the ES, here's the 1-minute chart. And again, putting in context what we had just seen from the bigger picture, we had gap down, and on our bigger picture, we're saying, okay, there's some pretty good selling structure coming in. At the same time here, we have this high velocity move with follow through, filters turning over, our bigger picture is turned over. Now we want to find some good trade location. And I like to use personally the 1-minute chart to do that. But you could just as easily use the 3-minute or the 5-minute or whatever the case may be, whatever kind of fits your parameters. But an idea here is bigger picture. The bigger picture chart's telling us more down. We've got our shorter term filter telling us more down. This support zone, we bounce a point off of there, a point and a half. It turns over and becomes resistance. The market tests into there, even decelerates. That's pretty good trade location for a short. Same thing right in here. Okay, so and again on the 1-minute chart, we didn't have a level 3 on the bottom, but it's our first bearish structure that doesn't have follow through. So it's telling us, at least short term, on the very short term, bulls are starting to come back into the market. High velocity move and a level 2 bar made by buyers with follow through. Bulls are starting to come back into the market. Okay, so I hope that made some sense. In terms of looking at the bigger picture analysis for either swing trading if you want, or to give yourself a little bit better information on what's going on bigger picture, and then drill down to further time frames. So if you're still watching, that's great. Thank you. I know I rambled on a bit. I'm going to do a couple other videos here on some other markets as well. Like I said, this new version of our software is going to be released very shortly. If you're seriously interested, shoot me an email at info@daytradethemarkets.com. We could probably work something out in terms of a little bit of an early bird discount if you are interested. Otherwise, this will be available sometime later this month, hopefully sooner than later. And if you have questions, also let me know, and we'll be happy to get back to you. All right, I'll do some other videos that you can watch as well, but hope you've enjoyed this and have a little bit better understanding of how you can use some bigger picture analysis to kind of drill down with this pretty unique tool. All right, talk to you soon.